Welcome to our Pub Sports Radio's Capper Contest show, where we discuss our big contest, which we have a new leader. I don't mean to laugh, but there's a new leader in the Cappers contest, and he's one of the hosts of the show, and he's not talking right now. And I was sadly eliminated in the Survivor portion of the contest. I don't know how many people are left. I haven't looked. I've been so angry. And we get to vote on our Circa Sports Millions card this week. We're coming off a 3-2 week. We're not doing bad. We'll go over where we are overall. 17-13, I believe, is our record. And I can't wait to be here and see what we have this week. Shout out to all the Cappers joining us. I love it. We got Viper NB in the house. Look at Nuke Worker from one show to another with a click of a keyboard. It says for everything else, there's MasterCard. What a guy. Nuke Worker in the house. Let's go. Says Parlangel, B-Lab, 6'9", Top Shelf Plays, North Ender, Mr. Vape. Nuke Worker says, question, do you want me to vote on a game in the poll even if I won't be on it? Don't want to fudge the numbers, if you know what I mean. Only if you have a lean, right? How would you answer that? I think only if he has a lean to a side.
I think this is where we differ. I want everyone's voice. Like, if you have a feeling about a way, I want you to put it in there, Lean, if we're going to call it that, sure. If you got nothing on the game, I still low-key want to hear what you got. If you think that this weather's going to be bad and Kyler Murray is going to have slow feet that day, give me the Saints. I want that vote total to be skyrocketed personally, because I want everyone watching to be voting, because I want to hear your voice.
Interesting. I get, whatever you guys think. I mean, it's more up to you guys. But thank you for asking, Nuke. There's Fanatical Jim says another week, another Jets win. Gerald Jones, D. Jenkins, know something. We got a great group. Mr. Vape says, I missed last Thursday's show. All week I thought Thursday was Wednesday. That'll happen, Mr. Vape, especially with the vaping. Don't worry about it, man. Focus on just the cash coming in. Make sure that the cash is still coming in. We are coming off a 3-2 week last week. Let's review our action. We started, well, where is it here? That's not there. What the hell? That's not my Sunday card.
Let Jimmy figure this out real quick.
I got it right here.
Don't let Jim get hot.
Our fifth pick was the Bengals minus 1.5, which I don't know if we deserved, but we cashed. Our fourth pick was the Cowboys plus 6. Who's her? Buccaneers minus 8 made me want to smash the keyboard. Oh, wait. Jets plus 7 was an easy catcher, and 49ers minus 5.5 was a loss. Did we go 2 and 3?
I think we went 2 and 3. Yes.
Oh no.
Yes, I think we went 2 and 3. But the Jets picked cash. Yes.
Oh no. Why did I think that we were? Oh no. So that means that we are 16 and 14, and we must have, or the show's not important. We have to have a winning week. Oh no. I thought
Let's get out right now. Let's start the climb. This is the climb week. We went 2 and 3 last week. We're going to bounce back here. It's time. We do have some landmines. One of those landmines are probably the Detroit Lions, who we've had on our card many weeks. So let's just maybe not pick the Lions, like Billy's saying here. Maybe we go on the Jets again. Maybe we bet on the 7-0, 6-0 against the spread Falcons. Let's find out. This chat is better than this. And I have all the faith in the world that, as New Worker says right there, 5-0. 5-0. I'm going to keep saying to manifest it. 5-0.
Manifest this. But Joe already says Lions cash off the bye.
Oh, Joe. You want 5-0? Maybe the Lions are on our ticket. Who knows? 5-0. I do kind of like the Lions. But whatever. 5-0.
Oh, that's so funny, Joe. The timing was perfect. All right. Now, a couple things. Before we go into the 3 minutes that we're now allotting, let's give you the love that you deserve now on top of the leaderboard. Excellent work, Jose. Can you pop up where the standings are?
You hate to see it. And only 4 survivor pool contestants left. So that's obviously ratcheted up. Jimmy's sick to his stomach that he bet on a 40-some-year-old man and didn't bet on the MILF Hunter, Zach Wilson. But yes, your leader staring you right in the face, the guy that spends hours on hours breaking football games down, looking at the X's and O's, looking at 2-3 and 4-3 defenses. I know football, obviously. On the top of the leaderboards with 22 points. Bobano, we did the dance. We did the dance yesterday, this Monday, this weekend. I passed him. He took the Cowboys. I was on the Eagles. He was on Miami. I was on the Minnesota Vikings. We flip. Colo Bull, Chris Brady, Fanatical Jim, Trance, all coming up right there. Touching distance. But let's shout out the 5-0s.
Yeah.
The 4 5-0s. A little Garcia Is that Sky Dargan? Is that Sky Dargan in the front?
Sky Dargan knocking on the door after a 5-0.
I think that's 9-1 in the last 2 weeks, Sky Dargan. What? Come on.
Now tied with Mama Bag. Another 5-0 nuke worker is now tied with me, moving very quickly. Jose's 5-0 got him on top of the leaderboard.
Sorry about it.
Chris Brady's 5-0 got him 2 points out of first place. So very, very, very impressive work. And let's shout out the guys who are still alive in the survivor pool. Billy's Beely. I never put that together. Billy Friedrich still alive. One of the 4 players still alive in the survivor pool. There's a lot of money in that thing. Someone's going to make what? How many were in it? Like, it's $3,500 going to be sent to the winner there?
Yeah, I'll admit, when the Bucs lost, I said, what happens if everyone loses on the same week? But I'm glad everyone's still alive here, or at least these 4 guys are still alive here. It's very fun to see. 6 out of 36, or 4 out of 36, I should say there.
So we have 2 of them in our chat right now, and Mr. Vape and Billy Friedrich. And who's Rabbit Den again? I know who it's somebody. I just haven't been sleeping enough to know who it is. But
I'll tell you real quick, Jim.
Yeah.
The survival pool massacre, obviously there was 5 of you on the Bucs. That was unfortunate there. And as we keep scrolling down, Mac 11 took the Packers.
Oof.
Well, you hate to see that one.
That
Romero took the Ravens. Ballsy. There was a lot of scattered bodies here, but the Rams came through for everyone there. The 4, it seems like there are 4 still alive as well. Everyone on the Rams.
Well, those that went 5-0, can you pass that magic on to us here for our Circa Millions right now? We need the fucking magic, Jose. Sadly.
Yeah, it would be a real shame if these picks went 5-0, because that's what I think we're going to happen. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Here we go.
All right. Well, I would like to see the numbers that Circa just put out as well. I know that you have them up here, but I want to have them right in front of me, and I do. Let's get right to work, you guys. Top Shelf says who went 5-0? Jose went 5-0.
Whoops.
The nuke worker, Chris Brady, and Dennis Garcia, are great friends of ours, all went 5.
Yeah, I hope you guys fucking knock me off my perch ASAP, guys, because I'm going to be the most annoying first place leader ever. Come get this. Are you not entertained by this domination? 2-sport athlete. Call me Dion. Call me Bo.
I'm not going to call you Bo. Maybe Dion, because he's lost a toe to diabetes. So
it
maybe
happens to the best of us.
Maybe I'll call you Dion.
He can cover Randy Moss and all the best Jerry Rice, but he can't cover diabetes. He could not cover diabetes.
No, Sonny was telling us about how his mom got diabetes, and she was like so proud and excited about it.
Well, I think my mom's flirting with it because my grandma had it, and she fights it every day. She cusses at it. She's like, "Fuck you, Dive. You ain't gonna get me." It's very inspiring, I'd say.
Let's get to work. Shall we? Let's get to work. Preston Ekdahl in the chat as well, and says hopeful for beatbox for the poker tournament. Yes, we are 1 week away from our poker tournament at Bet Online. $25 buy-in for this one. 1 week away, and don't forget, if you sign in with Pub Sports as your code, you get 100% bonus up to $1,000. That is USD funds. All right, let's get to work, Jose. The first game on the board takes place this evening. New Orleans Saints, Arizona Cardinals. We're now sitting with a 2.5-point spread. Market moving very quickly to the Arizona Cardinals with the excitement of Hopkins fresh off his suspension. Now they lose Marquise Brown. They trade for Robbie Anderson. A lot of moving parts. You would think that the fact that this moved to 2.5, because on Tuesday night this was 1, is telling you that Jameis Winston will not be the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. I think that's fair to say because of this market move. Now we don't have that in front of us. Let's take a look at the cash flow, because this is a 1.5 move since our Tuesday night Gridiron Gamblers show. For the Thursday here, Sports Insight's given New Orleans Saints full line value, 95,000 tickets in, 40% of the tickets on the Saints, and 62% of the cash. Only 38% of the cash is on the Cardinals, but everybody in the chat seemed to be very excited about them. I mean, we've talked about, see, this is what I need you to answer, Jose. Everybody is talking about the differences between the Arizona offense with Hopkins in the lineup and not in the lineup. Also, James Conner is questionable, and they need him because we saw what Eno Benjamin was doing last week. We have Kyler Murray, who entered the 23rd ranked QB EPA in the league, and we have him sitting here with 18.8 points per game last year when Hopkins went out, 30.2 when he's healthy. We also have an Arizona team that 10-17 against the spread at home. Do you think that Hopkins in his very first week is capable of completely changing this offense to the tune of a 12-point difference per game?
It's tough. Well, first of all, I need to chat to confirm this. Marcus Lattimore out?
Yes. Marshawn Lattimore. Yes.
There we go. Who's Marcus Lattimore? I think Marcus Lattimore was a running back that just ripped his knee at South Carolina. But I think he needs to be on that lineup to have any hope of the Saints to win this game, truthfully, and he's not. I don't trust the Saints defense. And you know what was funny? I remember you saying this earlier in the week when D-Hop said, yeah, I'm going in, no play limit. And then Cliff Klingberg's like, yeah, we're going to have a play. We're going to have a play limit. We'll see. I think D-Hop's going to win that battle. So I think we're going to see a lot of him. And truthfully, I'm going to be all over his props. I saw someone put a 67 for his yards. That's smashing. But I don't trust the Cardinals here at any number. The Saints are particularly bad because of Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston on his day as well. Maybe we'll see some Taysom Hill. I've seen a lot of Taysom Hill love today in the chat, but as Sky Dargan's saying in here, it's Arizona or a pass. So I pass. And as you guys are all mentioning as well, Olave in. Love Olave. Also think he has a nice day. But two coaches I don't trust, really. Two quarterbacks I don't like. So I guess it's Arizona, but pass for me.
I don't want Arizona. I think this is an overreaction. I don't expect Hopkins to be spectacular here when he hasn't played in so long. And maybe I'm wrong, and we'll find out tonight when I host my first Thursday night live bet stream. We'll find out tonight. Bo Jack says Murray 0-2 at home against the NFC. And Murray and Kingsbury at home are terrible. Billy Friedrich says Kingsbury, not a good pro head coach. Well, 3 minutes is up, and we got a nice amount of votes for the amount of people we have in the chat. We thank you for that. We love doing this show. And 54% good. Good. I did not want this on the card. So we move on, Jose. 1 hole, 2 fingers, bouquet. Johnny Guns, yeah, I want to get in. I hope tonight on the Thursday night live stream, this is what I hope. I hope the Cardinals receive the ball. I hope they go all the way down the field. I hope Hopkins gets the touchdown. I hope they're all dancing in the end zone, and I will go in live on the New Orleans Saints.
What number would you want?
I would like I'd like 7.5.
Okay.
Sky Dragon says he will be fading the move to the under. Well, let me say this. It's nice to be here. This show is fun. And
are you in a good mood now?
Well, I am. The show I do in the morning is so stressful. It's so hard. There's so much work that goes into it. It's just like, oh, God.
Jimmy in the morning and Jimmy here is a different person. He's happy here, happy go, no pressure. We're ready to go. We've got the chat backing us up, and happy Jimmy comes out.
Hey, I love you guys. I love being here. This is really fun. Let's move on to I love seeing the votes. This is just, and I know why Sharpie was saying such nice things about the show here. It's just fun. All right, let's go on to the first game for us on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Atlanta Falcons, 3-3, 1-2 on the road at the Cincinnati Bengals. We're at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's gorgeous. 71 Fahrenheit, mostly sunny, 9 miles per hour. I bet the Bengals -6. Andy bet the Bengals -6. As you see, they're now -6.5. Let's see the juice associated with that. See if it's really, really comfortably moving in the direction here. Let's see. We have, the Bengals at -6.5 or -109. Just yesterday at 1:30, or even at 8:30 in the morning yesterday, that was +105. So even a 14-cent move at the 6.5 line. We had people comment on our video that's up right now on Pub Sports Radio, just laughing in our faces. What idiots. You guys have never seen a Falcons game before, you fucking clowns.
Yahoos.
Yahoos. Falcons 6-0 against the spread. 6-0. Only 11 times since 1989 has a team opened 6-0 against the spread. And look, Arthur Smith is doing a great job.
Do you remember the last team to do that?
Sorry, my man?
Last team to go 6-0 against the spread?
Dallas Cowboys 2019.
You're a smart man.
I didn't even have that written down, but I did read that.
Well, it is the Cowboys. I just don't know what year it is, to be honest. It might be last year's Cowboys, actually. But good job, Jimmy. We're still proud of you. I
don't know. Let's take a look at the cash flow here in the Cincinnati game. We have 17,855 tickets in. And look, it's just 46% of tickets, 49% of cash on Cincinnati. That's it. And the market's moving heavily in Cincinnati's direction. So that's important here. And I think that the Bengals will take care of business here. Let's talk about a couple other things. We have AJ Terrell with the thigh injury, Casey Hayward with a shoulder injury. That hurts them. Terrell is a huge, huge piece of their secondary. And, of course, so is Casey Hayward. So Arthur Smith says that Terrell was out just for precautionary reasons and he would be good to go. But he didn't mention Casey Hayward in his press conference because I imagine Casey Hayward's going to be out. I would like to know more about that. Alex Ramirez says Falcons a good running team. Look, Huntley and Algier look good without Cordell Patterson. And Millsy says my Falcons will upset. Well, look, I'm voting right now on the Bengals. Take it away, Jose.
It's tough. I don't know. I don't think you have this one, but the last time a team went 7-0, because I don't. I think this high number is for a reason. I'm also would probably be on the Bengals here. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, though. I think the Falcons will come out to play. And I think it'll be a fun game to say the least. But I like the Bengals here as well, -6.5. We'll see if they make my card and our card in general. But I like Joey B, and I think obviously the first week panic of the offensive line for the Bengals is subsiding a little bit. It takes a little bit for a group of 5'6" fat dudes to get in sync, but they're in sync now and they're playing a little better. Joey B, you got to stop running into sacks. That would also be ideal. I could not name one Falcons corner on this squad. I think Jamar Chase is going to eat. And it'll be a fun night for sure. So give me the Bengals over these Falcons.
I agree. 3 minutes is up. Doesn't make our card.
It is a 58% on the Falcons. So I don't think so. Or on the Bengals, I should say. So I don't think so.
Yeah, I do not think so either. I do not think that will make our card. Bo Jackson says, I expect the Bengals to win their next 2 home games against the NFC South. We also got Big Ragu in the house. Big Ragu will be live at the Jaguars game this weekend. All right, let's move on. Detroit Lions. I don't even want to say the name of them.
You're scared. We're scared. They're murderers. They're murderers, but we love them. We love them. And I'll be honest, I'm scared to say it. I kind of like him here. I kind of like him here. I'll be honest. Dakota Rain Prescott's coming back from his thumb injury. And, I'll be interested to see if he comes in and just grooves right in, just gets right in there and plays well. Obviously, the Detroit Lions have been banged up coming off a bye. Is going to help them very much. I expect DeAndre Swift to play. I expect Amon-Ra to be healthier now. He was obviously not 100% when he played against the Patriots. The bye helped him out. You, Jimmy, will know more about this. The offensive line for the Lions, is that healthier now?
We have a lot of players coming back, but it's the defensive line that's going to get the most help with John Kaminsky returning. He hasn't played since week 2, and he was leading the team in quarterback pressures through the first 2 weeks. So I think that John Kaminsky, obviously Amon-Ra St. Brown needed the break, and DeAndre Swift, you could say he's the most important person coming back. That's all fair. But I think Kaminsky is the biggest piece of the returning players not named Swift.
I am just worried about really 2 guys on the Cowboys defense, and that's obviously Micah Parsons and Diggs. Jared Goff does not handle the pressure well, but I think this could be a high-scoring game, and I think the Lions could stick into it.
Johnny Gunn says, remember last year, teams coming off a bye were horrendous. He says, keep that in mind. Sky Dragon says Detroit +7. Dallas is so overrated. I hope that comes back.
And Joe here, our guy Joe, who mentioned he was on the Lions, 14-5 are the Lions after a bye since 2003, 9-1 since 2012. Obviously, a shitload of different coaches, but
the sharp action is all over the Lions. 43% of the tickets, 85% of the cash. But it's not scaring the books. The books have moved it 3 cents since all of this happened. That's it. It's the -7s -108. It opened -7 -111. So the books aren't scared. The books are just taking it. They're not making it a sweeter situation to back the Lions, but they're not panicking, clearly. I'm not going to vote on this one.
I won't be on the Lions in the Cappers contest. I think the Cowboys at home are a little scarier. Obviously, if this was in Ford Field, I'd be all over the Lions, but that's just not a made-up situation. The Cowboys here at home, a lot of people are going to this game too. It's a cheap game, in relative Cowboys terms. So I say Lions are pass, and it's ultimately a pass.
I am going to do nothing. I'm going to stare at this voting. 41 votes in, and we have reached the 3-minute cutoff. Jose, share the news with us.
63% on our Detroit Lions. So we will see. That cough was Jimmy reacting to the vote numbers there. So 63%, above that 60% threshold. So we'll see. Joe spreading his propaganda and Joe getting his money's worth. Shout out to Joe.
Yeah, I love it. To Joe. I like capping with Joe. He's been a great addition. I like it. Spenny says you guys are wild. Dallas going to smack them. Oh, no.
And we can all laugh together if we lose it again. And then if we lose this one, we might have to just take them out of the whole running. But who sees? Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll just stop even letting them vote on the game.
Yeah, we'll just forget. Whoops.
Yeah, no, I can't stress enough that we have to have a winning week here. We're 16-14. I can't look. What's the point of doing this show if we're not in the running for cash? Now there is quarterly prizes to keep us interested. I get it. We have to have a winning week. Let's talk about the next spot on the board. One I have not bet that I almost did bet, but there were some sharp people on the opposition. Indianapolis Colts, Tennessee Titans, Nissan Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee. Let's go to the line history here for this one. Again, Shaquille Leonard, is he going to come back? I don't know. I was on the Colts very confident last week, and I was fortunate to cash with that late strike by Matt Ryan. Nobody could possibly think that Matt Ryan is able to do that again, especially outside on the road. Tennessee opening up at -2 at -106. They're now -2 at -112. They got up to -2 at -119 on Tuesday afternoon. So it's been coming back a little bit. Let's take a look and see where the cash lies for this one. 13,719 tickets in. 59% of tickets, 58% of cash on the Colts. Spenny Pennybomb says Colts. Sky Dragon says Indy Moneyline, Tennessee's frauds. There's our guy Sharpie in the house. Sharpie's going to be joining me tonight on the NFL live bet stream. Also going to do a little NBA live betting as well. But let's talk about this. There's a lot of sharps on the Colts, and that I guess will keep me off of it. But Matt Ryan coming off breaking the franchise's single game record for completions. I mean, it's hard for me. And Deion Jackson is a beast. Both Taylor and Hines could return this week. And this defense allowed 243 yards on the ground by the Jaguars. What's Derrick Henry going to do to them? Also, this team that is, I'm not saying they're not frauds, but they're coming in off of their bye week. Since 2017, they're 5-0 straight up and 3-2 against the spread off of a bye. But they've already gone into Indianapolis and beat them in week 4. They're also 10 of 11 in the red zone. I know 11's not a lot of opportunities. And look, it's 2.5 here. Does that say something to you guys? I don't know. I need to hear what you have to say about this game, Jose.
Tough game. And AFC South is shit. So I pass on this game. I think a shout out to my guy Ron Crawford, who shouts us out a lot. Divisional dogs, I think they're always a high percentage, like 60% or something like that. So that's what I would lean towards, just taking the divisional dog here. And hopefully you get JT back in there. Deion looked great, but Jonathan Taylor, obviously a different breed. And you mentioned Derrick Henry, but I think we know he's starting to get a little washed, and obviously Shaq Leonard was a better defender, and we would love for him to be in there, but I'm assuming he's not going to be in there. So I pass on this game with a lean towards towards the Colts. But it's a divisional dog spot, or just pass for me.
3.9 yards per carry is the lowest that Derrick Henry has ever had. And the Titans have Dupree, Hooker, and Nate Davis coming back. Huh. Well, Slatsy, my man.
Ooh, wow.
All right. Is this on our card?
It is.
Wow.
It is, yeah. I'm trying to get the results here real quick. 70%, I believe.
Wow.
70% on the Tennessee -2.5 there.
Wow. And Ragu, part of the movement towards the Titans. Very interesting. Huh. Skybank says so no in one start. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. 1 p.m. Eastern. This is another tricky game. Green Bay Packers at Washington Commanders. Head over to FedEx Field. He voted 10 times. We head over to FedEx Field for this one. So we sit here with the spread down to 4.5. Wow. Look at the market movement on this one.
Everyone's jumping off the Aaron Rodgers bandwagon.
Now, Pinnacle opened this at 4.5, but I could have got it at 5.5. This was a pick 'em at 4.5, and now the juices moved quietly towards the Packers. 4 cents, not a big deal there. Let's take a look at where the sharp action is. Ooh, it's all over young Taylor Heineke and the Washington Commanders. 52% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is on Washington. Look, the Packers coming off an ugly, shocking 27-10 loss at home to the Jets. Lost consecutive regular season games under LaFleur's watch for the first time. Dillon and Aaron Jones did squad-ass zilch. Their defense now gets gashed by a running game. They lose Randall Cobb to multiple weeks. They lose Jake Hansen off a guard for weeks. And what are we? Look, this is hard. This is so difficult. Do you want to back? Is Heineke a step up from Carson Wentz?
Yes.
So take it away.
He's a step up, a better guy in the locker room. The defense will want to play for him more. Give me the fucking commies here. It's shocking how bad Carson Wentz was. Carson Wentz was, though. I don't know how people get fooled into giving him money still. It's appalling. But he's horrible. I like Taylor Heineke. I think the Packers are just an absolute disarray. Like, Aaron Rodgers just does not give a fuck. And it's getting to the point where I think he's going to turn on LeFleur, and I think his ass is going to be out of there soon if this stuff continues. Run the football, Packers. Just run the ball. But it seems like one quarterback just, checks into a pass every time. So we'll see how that goes. But if they don't run, they're not going to win.
But the Commanders can stop the run. That's what they're best at. Great to see Shaquille Bell back in action for us. Will Butler says Dotson is back for Washington. This is
no Cobb, bunch of rookies. Defense is not as good as we thought it was going to be.
You can tell the difficulty of this game because we have over half of the chat at this point watching is not voting on it, and it's because it's really hard. This is a hard one. I don't know what to say, but this defense is starting to look good without Chase. And I mean, they sacked Fields 5 times and hit him 12 times. All right, let's see. Does this make our card?
Let us find out. Ooh, it is going to be borderline.
Oh.
Actually, it's not. No, 57%. A little change there at the end. 57% on the Packers.
Look at Top Shelf's even taking the Commanders' money line.
Yeah, I'll probably be on the commies for the Cappers contest. And those are always famous last words.
All right, we move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Carolina Panthers. We're at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. In this one, the Buccaneers are 11-point favorites. Let's take a look at the line history here for the Buccaneers Panthers spot. We have this opened up, well, depending on where you shop, but it opened up at either 9.5 or 10. It's now moved to 10.5 at Pinnacle. It is at 11 at some other books. That 10.5 is only juiced to -110. So interesting. Let's see where the cash lies here and see if this has got heavy cash on the side of no one here. PJ Walker and the Panthers have 48% of the tickets and 58% of the cash. So not a lot of help from the market here. Look, it was shocking to see what the Buccaneers did offensively against a Steelers team that was missing 4 players from their secondary. And we're talking Minkah Fitzpatrick's and huge pieces of the puzzle. And they could do nothing. Evans, Godwin, are you kidding me? Evans caught 4 passes for 42 yards. Unbelievable. And this Panthers team has Steve Wilkes debut as the interim coach. This team is 3-17 against the spread over the last 20 games. I mean, just atrocious. And all they have is Christian McCaffrey. That's it. I mean, McCaffrey had 158 of the 203 total yards. And it's just such a wild statistic. Just a wild statistic. I mean, what was that? That was the highest percentage of any NFL team's offense coming from one player since 2003. In saying that, I don't really want the Buccaneers. I don't know. What do you think here?
Julius Peppers still rushing for the Panthers?
Julius Peppers?
Yeah, the guy tight end from North Carolina. Tight end, defensive end. No, I can't. I can't get behind the Panthers here. Unfortunately, it's all about the defensive and offensive lines for the Buccaneers. Really, if you had a good defensive line, you're gonna torture the Bucs because Tom Brady, we know, is a statue. He's not fucking moving, and he's gonna yell at his offensive linemen to block better. If he has time, he'll kill people. Last week, no time. The Steelers. The only thing the Steelers have is a half decent defensive line. Casey Hayward, Cam Hayward, whichever one it is. I think he's good enough to give him hell. I don't think any of the Panthers are good enough to get back there and bother Brady all day, but I don't trust the Buccaneers laying 11 points either. So fuck all that.
I'm starting to think that maybe Brady needs his team to score 40 points in the football game, just for confidence reasons. Viper says Tampa Bay will all be pissed. And also look at Billy Freeman says underdogs of 10 plus points this season are 0-4 against the spread. AJ says Brady got that rage.
Well, it doesn't matter if his ass is on the fucking ground. I felt bad for his lineman. Imagine getting yelled at by a 43-year-old man.
He's 45.
The 45-year-old man to block better. Fuck that.
I'm starting to think after the stat from Billy and thinking about how angry this Brady is right now that we're talking about a Carolina team that's covered 3 of their last 20 games. Why wouldn't we bet the Buccaneers? I won't vote on it, but maybe
I like the 2 stats there. The Bucs being shitty against the spread the last 23 games and that 0-3 for double digits is a good numbers there.
I think I should bet the Buccaneers, and I think I'll bet them after this show is over. I think I'll bet them first half -7 with no vig at plus money.
Beautiful. I'm ending the voting now. We actually hit 4 minutes, so you're welcome, you late voters, to get one in there. 58% on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so probably not making our card.
Top set is on Tampa to not cover. You can just say top set that you're on the Panthers.
No, we don't. It's easier to say that you don't want them to cover than it is to say you're betting on the Panthers. I get it.
Oh God! All right. I think this is an angry Buccaneers group, and they force feed the Panthers here to get right. But maybe I need to think about it a little more. All right, let's move on. Next up, we have New York Giants at Jacksonville Jaguars. This is one of those spots that you can compare to a college football game where you have the ranked team on the road against the 2-3 squad that's favored, and that 2-3 squad covers at home. It's a funny line here. Let's take a look at what the line history has done for this Jacksonville Jaguars spot. We have the Jaguars opening up -3 at plus money. They're now -3 at -107. That's an 8-cent move to a football team that's 2-4 against a 5-1 team undefeated on the road. What's that telling you is that the Giants are not a good 5-1 team and that the Jaguars will take care of business here. I mean, it's a pretty wild spot. Let's just go and double up with where the cash lies because it's not as bad as you'd think. Obviously, the public's going to be on the Giants in this spot, and 64% of the tickets are on them. But 49% of the cash is as well. I actually thought there was going to be more money on Jacksonville. I am a little surprised that it's just 51% of the cash on Jacksonville. Jose, what do you think of this spot?
I think this is another really tough one. It's weird, obviously. I've not been on the Giants all year. Maybe that's me being a Jets fan. I don't know. But I'm never sold about the Daniel Jones experience. I'm always waiting for the turnover. Who the fuck do they have playing wide receiver for them? I don't know. At least the Jaguars have talented bodies in there from being high up in the drafts on offense and stuff. Trevor Lawrence, I'll say this. He's looked like shit, but I still have faith in him. And I'm still pissed at all the individuals that allowed the Jets to win that football game to knock them out of the number 1 pick race for that year. But I ultimately would side with Jacksonville here. I'll take the 3 points. And if, I think ultimately that analogy with the college football, I think you could be right there. Think they might be favored by 3 for a reason.
Wow. My voice just broke. That's how interesting.
I know, yeah. That's how intense of a breakdown and how excited you are. I understand.
Now, in this spot, Ragu says, don't sleep on my action. He's going to be heavily involved in this one. But then I don't. What is it? Don't just. What do you want? Want me creeping around your backyard, Ragu? What do you want here? I want to. What is it? I need to know. We need to know. The voters need to know. The public demands to know, Ragu. Because, look, I mean, Fanatical Jim is Giants +3 is his best bet on the card. Sharpie's right. I mean, Lawrence came back, and it changed their defense. Oh, Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams came back, and the defense bent but didn't break, and Wink Martindale beat his old team. It was very, very impressive. Does anybody think they can do that again?
Big Ragu on first half Jacksonville.
You know, that's interesting because that's also what Andy Molitor is on first half Jacksonville, and I've got 4 asterisks with I'm interested beside it. And why wouldn't it? Because what we see from Dable is all both Dable, Kafka, Martindale. They make the right adjustments. They're a great coaching staff.
All right, and he said the Giants are the best second half team in football. So I will be betting on the Jacksonville Jaguars first half.
I think I add Jaguars first half and Buccaneers first half to my card.
You know what's going on our card, though, right now, Mr. James Bagg?
Oh, no.
The New York Football Giants, 66% on the Giants there, 42 votes.
This reminds, I guess it's not as drastic. It's not as drastic, but we had some bets last week where I was like, oh, we're going so hard against the Sharps. We're fucked. And our number 1 pick last week was the 49ers. And 80% of the cash was on the Falcons. Oh, this scares me. Kiwi says, don't worry.
Shout out to Kiwi. Nice name. Good name.
Johnny wants a revote.
Only revotes happen on ties, Johnny. The laws of the land are made clear. It is known, and we move on.
I see the future. It's not good, man. All right.
Feel like that's so Raven? You wouldn't understand that reference.
Let's move on to Cleveland Browns at Baltimore Ravens.
I can make references Jimmy doesn't understand.
M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, 66 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 4 miles per hour is the wind. We have Cleveland as 6.5-point dogs. 6.5-point dogs. Let's take a look at what we are dealing with from a line history perspective in this divisional battle. We have the Ravens opening up -6. They're now -6.5, and also that 6.5 is juiced. Let's see if the sharp cashes on the Ravens. Remember, the sharp cash was all over the Ravens last week against the Giants, and how did that do? Cost me a first half bet. And the Ravens dominated the first half. And I thought it was just stupid. I knew that hook was going to get me right in the bottom mouth, and of course, fucking garbage. 20,000. Say what?
I was going to say Ron Crawford, spreadsheet play of the day on the Browns.
Oh, wow.
NFL spreadsheet, plus 6.5.
Let me pull this up here.
So shout out to him. A Sharpie saying Browns may have the 3rd worst coach in the NFL. Top set on the Browns. The Ragu saying the whole mystique of the Ravens is gone.
Let's see where the sharp money is again. It is on the Baltimore Ravens. And I guess you could have guessed that. And moving from 6 to 6.5. Lamar Jackson, 53% of tickets on Lamar and 70% of the cash on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Look, the Browns are coming off their worst loss of the season. And any time when that happens, I can understand that the market's going to bet against that team and there may be value because of that. But they didn't look good. The defense couldn't get stops. Myles Garrett was the only guy bringing any pressure. This Browns defense now ranks 28th in yards per play. They're allowing 6 yards a play. They allow 5 yards a carry. And what's the news on Wyatt Teller? You know what? Let me get the Wyatt Teller news up here. Sadly, J.K. Dobbins re-injured his knee, and it's going to take a while to get back. They also lost their right tackle, Morgan Moses, to a heel injury. He was carted off. What do you think here, Jose?
It's a tough game, but I've been just kind of fading the Browns at all turns, to be honest. Jacoby Brissett, just not good. Just not a good quarterback. I think the longer he plays, the worse it'll get. So if I'm picking a side here, it's the Ravens. Pissed off Lamar Jackson after losing a shit game again. Maybe he stops being a bitch and starts running the ball.
Wyatt Teller's out. So there's a Pro Bowl right guard. I didn't mean to interrupt, but it's so important. Yeah. Pro Bowl right guard out. And so they're going to have to use Frohold again. Frohold, they're moving Frohold all over depending on the injuries on the offensive line. That's a huge loss. A huge loss. Sorry, keep rolling, my man.
Ravens. That's my point here. Obviously, JK getting hurt again. That sucks. I did not know he got re-injured. Actually, I was looking at him on fantasy, and I was like, oh, he'd be a cool addition, but re-injured. So ultimately, I think that running backs don't matter, and I trust that Lamar Jackson gets his shit together. So give me the Ravens.
Slatsy's shocked that I'm still going through puberty. Acne. You didn't mention my acne.
You should see my back.
You got back knee?
Buddy.
You're young, man. That back knee will go away. Maybe some scars, but it will go away.
Yeah, it's a minefield back there.
Oh, Helga is one lucky woman.
Yeah, she is. Yes, she is. 3 minutes are up, and as confusing as this game is, it's a 50-50, basically. 51% on Baltimore, minus 6.5 here, so we mush right along.
Let's change the topic from Jose's back knee to our next game on
the best game on the card, the game that should be on our card, the team that I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks that it should be on our card. Join me.
We have cleared all the 1 p.m. action. So let's go into 4:05 p.m. action. The New York Jets against the Denver Broncos. We're at Empower Field, a mile high. The great Broncos. Finally, another appearance for this shit football team. Who would have thunk they'd be this bad?
I was definitely wrong about this squad. I often say what I was right about, dead wrong about the Broncos and Russell Wilson.
Oh, you're dead wrong. The weaker, the strong. Who got it going? The Denver Broncos open up at +1 at Bookmaker. Let's see where they open up at Bet Online. Don't forget of our Bet Online poker tournament. A week from today, $25 buy-in. There are some cappers who are asking for a higher buy-in, and we will do that if you guys want it. Bet Online opened this up with the Broncos minus 3.5. Now, that was before the debacle against the Chargers. They're now 1.5-point favorites. But interestingly enough, they went down to a pick'em. They were a pick'em for a while, so they've moved 1.5 in that direction. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one. 17,565 tickets in. 19% of the tickets on Denver and 28% of the cash. This is... Why would the Jets not be a bigger favorite? I guess Russell Wilson will play with his hurt hamstring. Is that what the 1.5-point move?
Fucking do it, Russell. I fucking dare you to play with that one leg. I dare you, Russell. Jets win this game. Jets win this game, no problem. I bet it as soon as the line came out at 2.5, I think it was, for the Broncos. I'm going to rebet Jets money line. Come on. The Jets are just a better squad. They're the more talented top to bottom at this point. Now, obviously, this is the most under game I've ever seen. Zach Wilson is going to be playing on a fucking knife edge. But I believe in future Rookie of the Year, Breece Hall, the man, the myth, the legend. He's going to do it, and he's going to run the Jets into this win. Jets win this game. It's going to be on my card. I believe in the Jets. Their defense, good. And if Jimmy, you correct, I don't even know who the fuck the backup quarterback for the Broncos is. Is it still Drew Lock?
No, Drew Lock is over with the Seahawks. It's Mark Rippon.
Come on. We were going to take a one-legged, one-shoulder Russell Wilson who sucks already with a shitty coach, or Brett Rippon?
Mark
Rippon? Who the fuck is that? over Zach Wilson. Again, keep your wives and moms close to you this game because Zach Wilson's coming for him. He fucks, and so will the Jets.
How does it feel about Sky Dragon not being on your side?
Sky Dargan and I never agree. It's a rare day when Sky Dargan and I agree, and when we do, it's on those fucking rat Blue Jays.
A big shout out to our guy B-Lab. I love capping with him. It didn't come up there where I can highlight it, but it did come up in our YouTube chat. He's given us the stats of where we stand. I will reiterate these stats here, and I'll pop them here in a second, but let's see. We're up. 3 minutes is up. I did not vote on this.
Come on, let's go. This is why we're the best fucking chat in the business. This is why we have sharps in this chat that know 72% on the New York Jets. Come on.
Oh, it's Brent Rippin. Sorry.
See, we knew it. We knew it. Brent, Cal, it doesn't matter. We're winning this game.
Something is not right here. There's no this. It's just like that Jags Giants spread. There's something wrong with the spread.
If the Jets lose this game, it's because Zach Wilson gives the Broncos 14 points.
Brett Rippin, sorry. Something's wrong.
What is this guy's fucking name?
Brett. Something's wrong, man. This line shouldn't be like this. I
agree. That's why we're betting on the Jets.
Something's wrong, man. Can't you just tell?
Just embrace the fear, Jimmy. Embrace the fear, embrace the anxiety, embrace it all.
Slaughter does not believe in that last pick. He says we could still win $250K for dead last.
Oh.
Is that a note of confidence?
Is that real?
Look, we're 16-14. We're not going to. So at this point now, we'll take a little break just to announce the Jets are at 72%, Titans 70%, Giants 66%, Lions 63%. So at this point, we have the Bengals and Buccaneers tied for that final spot. Something to look at, the spot that doesn't get in is cashed, the only time we've done it, and our 6th, 7th picks have been very good. I'm very uncomfortable.
You always are, Jim. It's all right. It's all right.
So 58% right now is what you have to beat to end up on our ticket. We move on to Houston Texans at Las Vegas Raiders. The line for this one is 7. Raiders are 7-point favorites. We have both teams coming in off their bye week. We last saw the Texans winning their first game of the season and first under Lovie Smith, 13-6 at Jacksonville. Damian Pierce looks like the real deal, and Marlo Addison will be returned to the field and really help their defensive line. For the Raiders, we last saw them in that 30-29 loss at Kansas City, and they have a ton of issues injury-wise. Darren Waller, who's not been good this year, is dealing with a hamstring injury. His backup, Foster Moreau, has a knee injury, which means that Jesper Horsted could be playing a ton of tight end, and that means what happens is they use the extra offensive tackle, and it's a jumbo set. It's basically an extra blocker, and it's all about running the ball. Nate Hobbs has a cast on his hand. He's still going to try to play. Jalen Brown, their linebacker, has a hamstring issue. Anthony Everett, thumb injury suffered in week 1, was supposed to be out until at least week 6, but there's no word that he would be back. So this is a tricky game that I don't know what to do with. Line history-wise, it opened up at 6.5. That 6.5 for the Raiders got up to -120. It's back to -113. And from a cash flow perspective here, so they're offering us a 7, but it's 6.5 at most books. They're almost pushing you to stay off of the Raiders. And look, all the sharps are on the Texans. They all are. 36% of the tickets and 88% of the cash. There's no bigger difference. I mean, that's bigger than the Lions with the sharp money. What do you think here, Jose?
Yeah, I'm on the Texans too. I've been on the Texans a lot this year. They're not horrible. They're really not. The defense, whatever. That's probably pretty bad. But the offense is not bad. Their quarterback, Davis Mills, long-ass fucking neck, he's not horrible. He's okay. Well, obviously, we talked about Damian Pierce, the other guy that's fighting for Breece Hall's Rookie of the Year. He's okay. And by the way, just a little note for my guy Andy Bailey Zappi. Apparently, going to get benched when Mac comes back. There was apparently no quarterback controversy there. Apparently, so R.I.P. to Bailey Zappi, but he's better. I don't think the Raiders are a good squad at all, and I saw someone in our chat just now put the home Billy Friedrich 5-7 are the Raiders as home favorites since 2019. I'll trust the Texans here. Close game. Raiders might win it, but I think the Texans will keep it interesting at least. So I like the Texans here.
I need to get another round of injury updates, but I'm interested in the Texans as well now, which I wasn't before. So I'm going to add this as a possible move.
Andy Dalton officially in, by the way. Shout out Sharpie.
Wow. Ugh, the Red Rocket. A lot of love for the Raiders in the chat. If the line moves over 7, Ronnie says he'll take the Texans. I'm surprised that we're getting the 7. This doesn't. Let's see. Does this make our card? I can't wait to see if this makes our card or
not. It is going to be tight.
No. Damn, that was close. The fact that there's 56% of the chat on Houston, I want to move on. I should have voted. I didn't figure out that the Texans could be the play until too late. But I think I'm going to use the Texans here.
You know, I will say maybe an adjustment. We could lay out our case, then put out the votes, because maybe some people, like you said, maybe some people get convinced at the end of it. Maybe you guys should hold your votes a little bit closer to the 3 minutes and see what the breakdowns are. I don't know. Maybe there's some adjustments we can make going forward. But yeah, just maybe wait and see our cases and then vote.
Now, one thing about this that might hold, Houston is 29th in opponent yards per rush. Mario Addison is capable of changing that too much? Probably not.
Yeah, Josh, if they run the ball, it's a problem.
Huh.
Josh Jacobs, not bad. Just don't trust Josh McDaniels just to run the football like that, truthfully.
That's a fascinating game. That's going to need a lot more time. Okay, let's move on to the next spot on the board. 4:25 Eastern. Seattle Seahawks at LA Chargers at SoFi Stadium. Let's see the line that they're giving us for this one. 5.5. Let's take a look at the line history. And, the Sharps are all over the Seattle Seahawks. Let's see if this is
better quarterback.
The Chargers opened up at -6 at -106, and now -6 at +111. So it's a -5.5. That's why it's moved here. Wow. Let's take a look at the cash flow on this one. We have 87% of the tickets and 96% of the cash on the Seahawks. Wow.
Sharpie's saying it best here. No way you can bet the Chargers. No fucking lineman.
Well, no, Lindsey's going to be back. He's going to be back. Why wouldn't he be back? He was just sick. He's a Pro Bowl center.
Bodies hurt. A lot of bodies hurt on that Chargers line. I'll say this. Better coach, Seattle. I think that's very firm.
Yeah, but, do you really think he's a good coach? He's just better
than
Bailey.
Yeah, Pete Carroll. I think Pete Carroll's a great coach. If I think the Seattle Seahawks would have fired Pete Carroll and he still wanted to coach, he would have got it snapped up in a heartbeat. Look what he's doing with fucking Geno Smith. Geno Smith's horrible. He's giving him the confidence.
Alex Gagnon just voted the Chargers because you said Geno Smith was better than Justin Herbert. So when if you had your football team and those two guys were up for grabs.
No, of course it's Justin Herbert. It's Justin Herbert. It's just shits and giggles. But obviously, I think, if who's played better this year, Geno Smith or Justin Herbert? Geno Smith. Is it because Justin Herbert's had cracked ribs for half the year? Probably. But Geno Smith has just been playing really well, and I agree wholeheartedly. Give me the Chargers here. First of all, I think we say it every time the Chargers play at home. No home field advantage. Plenty of Seahawks fans will be there. They're actually happy about this squad because they resoundingly won the Russell Wilson trade. And I think Geno Smith and that team is just playing a whole lot better. Shout out to the best cornerback in the league, Tariq Woolen, UTSA Roadrunner. Tell your friends. He's going to shut down Mike Williams again. He had to go from fucking Pat Surtain to Tariq Woolen. Sheesh. Prayers for you, Mike Williams. It's going to be a lot of Austin Eckler, but I think the Seahawks keep this game close.
And Sharpie's right. They're missing both tackles, but what, and that's awful. But what we saw against the Broncos, it won't be that bad if Lindsley is out there. Yes, New Corker, these are the exact same spreads we are using in the Cappers contest.
Yeah. Makes our life easier.
Wow.
No, I mean, it's at the end of the day, defenses. I am not a fucking defensive wizard, but again, Tyreek Woolen, the best corner in football right now, elite leader in 4 interceptions. Whose defense are you taking right now? The Chargers, who's been banged up to shit on their defensive line and all that, or the Seahawks? I don't know. I think it's close enough that I say, give me the Seahawks. Better coach the Seahawks. Got obviously the better offense of the Chargers, but I think my man Gino can dish little dimes.
Yeah, look, there's a reason why 96% of the cash is on the Seahawks, but I don't know.
5.5 is a weird number in the Vegas zone. But you know it's not a weird number, Jimmy? 70%, which is exactly what the Seattle Seahawks are. So the Seattle Seahawks will most likely be on our card.
Wow. Gerald Jones saying NFL dogs winning 60% against the spread so far this season. Look, there's nothing wrong with this. Okay. The Seattle team total over for Big Ragu as well. Wow. Sharpie says Chargers have allowed 39 straight times points in the red zone. Okay.
I have a missed field goal? God damn. Throw the Chargers a bone.
So Jets 72%, Seahawks 70%, Titans 70%, Giants 66%, and Lions 63%. I love that, B-Lab. That's so helpful because there's so many moving parts here. All right, we move on. 4:25 p.m. Eastern, Kansas City Chiefs. It's San Francisco 49ers. And this one is wild, and I can't wait to see. So what is the line they're giving us here for this one? They're giving us the 2.5. Wow. Let's take a look at the line history at Penny for this one.
Jimmy, some people are saying that your dad dropped into the chat for that last game.
Did he?
No, it's just a joke. Slats in the Yahoo Chargers.
Yeah, my dad wants nothing to do with us.
Relatable content right there.
Kansas City, San Francisco. This is opened with the Niners +2. The Niners +3 yesterday at 1 p.m. was -102. I wish I had been more aware of what the hell was going on yesterday because I should have snapped that up. Now that +3 is -124. It's a 2.5. Why didn't I snap that shit up, man? I didn't realize that it happened. When we go over to the cash flow, 17% of the tickets, 22% of the cash on San Francisco 49ers. You know, everybody on the Chiefs, so why did it move back to 2.5? I mean, God, this is just wild. This is a wild game. Chiefs coming off that 24-20 loss at home to the Bills. Look, they're an angry group. I get it. The 49ers are beaten up. We'll see. I mean, they lose more players in the last game. I mean, Charvarius Ward and Mike McGlinchey leave. Hufanga must be back. He must have cleared concussion protocol because why else would the market be moving towards him? Ward has a cast on his hand. Eric Armstead is close to returning. Shanahan already said it's unlikely this week. So Trent Williams must be back. I mean, is Bosa, Williams, and Hufanga back?
That's a big deal. And Ron Crawford mentioning first meeting since the Super Bowl. Does that matter, Jim?
Oh, it just brings back the most horrible memories.
I got fucking plastered during the Super Bowl, and Helga and I almost broke up. So that was a great memory as well.
You know, I had to be live for the first half of the game. And then, you know, I rushed back. I was in Costa Rica. I rushed back to my family because I want them to party on the Super Bowl. I want them to be excited about games. So I ordered these burgers, and I'm just not thinking. They had sin like onions, cheese, whatever, all down. So I said yes to all of that, and so of course the burger came with nothing on it. And
Yeah.
Seen, and yes, I want cheese and onions and tomatoes.
You saw SI, you're like, C, and in the end, just fucked you. It fucked you. No, I some funny things going on in the chat. Slats, why did you call her? That's a good, her name is Helga. You're right. No, I truthfully, Jim, I don't remember the Super Bowl. I remember bits and pieces of the Super Bowl. I remember the throw that Jimmy G made, and that's about it. I was too drunk during this game. And as I say this, it sounds like I'm alcoholic because I don't drink that often. But I like the 49ers here too, truthfully. The Chiefs are scaring me. The Chiefs are looking a little different. It's weird. Juju, 100 yards is the first time a 100-yard receiver for the Chiefs this year so far. I'm a little worried, and I don't trust the offensive line. I think Pat Mahomes might be a little pressure here, and I think Jimmy G might be a little, I don't know. Chiefs might be a little motivated to go back at the Chiefs here. So I'm personally passing on this game, but I'll be interested to see, especially how everyone goes, especially because this will be the first time I'm watching these teams play.
A 2.5. I mean, you have to think that public's going to be all over the Chiefs at 2.5, and then the Sharps are going to be all over the Niners at 3. We need to know who's coming back from injury, but let's just see the poll.
Let's see the poll. 4 minutes on the poll, and it looks like we have a new leader. The Chiefs minus 2.5, 80% of our voters on that. So there you go.
Great. Get the cheer against my fucking football team. That's great. TransCanada, congratulations on your win last night. It was a big win. I'm fading your boys tonight. Fading them. Oh, God. Boogie Main says, KC, my favorite spot of the week. Well, that means that maybe we'll get a 3 again. Something's not right, man. Something does not smell right in a lot of these games. Oh, God.
I worry about you sometimes, Jimmy. I worry about you.
Oh, you should worry about me. Ron Crawford says, what's our record on 80-plus spots? We've not had one. Right, Jose? We've never had 80%.
I think we've had them like early, but I don't remember exactly. I've got all the notes written down, so I'd have to go through them, but I don't remember exactly, Ron. But I'll be on the Chiefs now for sure. I mean, I usually take the top vote getter for our thing. I didn't do it last week, but I usually do. But I have 2 spots now, my 5th point for the Cappers contest. So we'll see how this goes. It's going to be very interesting.
Sky Dragon says, well, if you guys crush this week, then I'm going broke.
Sky Dragon, just load up on the Astros and you'll be okay.
Nuke Worker says, Mahomes or Jimmy G, who you like? Come on. It's more than that here.
Jimmy G, baby.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
All right, fuck. Okay, we move on to the Sunday Nighter. You can roll with us right here and watch it and hopefully make some money live betting. Hopefully we cash tonight. I want to get hot live betting. I need to get hot. I need my bankroll to be stronger for the Breeders' Cup here in 2 weeks. Pittsburgh Steelers at Miami Dolphins. We're a Hard Rock, baby. Hard Rock. Pittsburgh, that's 7-point dogs, right? You have 7-point favorites there for the... Yeah.
Well, let's restart then.
Let's restart it. We'll restart it.
Hold on. Let's run it back here. Haven't had a poll malfunction in a little bit, but yes, Pittsburgh 7-point dogs at Miami. Nice stadium, by the way, in Miami. Very nice stadium.
Yes, we have a bunch of us have been there when we did our big Miami trip. And
I watched Baker Mayfield lose to Jalen Hurts in person there. It was beautiful.
Let's get to work here. Steelers avoided their worst start in 34 years, knocked me out of all my survivor pools. Great job, Pittsburgh. Fucking
Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, Trubisky looked good. All right, this line started. Sorry?
Is he starting here?
I don't know if Pickett's out of concussion protocol.
I would assume then he probably starts.
If you pick a quarterback, 20th overall in the draft, and he gets a concussion, and you're not going to make the playoffs, and you're not a winning team, don't play him the next week. So, but then
give Mason Rudolph some shine, damn it.
Oh, God, what a bum Rudolph is. Claypool stepped up in a big way. This opened up with Miami -6. They're now -7.5. I mean, how can we not move on the Dolphins at 7 when this is moved to 7.5? Now that 7.5 was even money. It's now +104. Maybe you could say, look, I don't think Tua is going to be ready to go, or I don't think Tua lasts, or whatever. But this to me seems like a spot where we're probably getting a nice price on the Dolphins in this contest. What are they hanging at Bet365 out of interest here? They're hanging 7 at just -115. Wow, so 7s are readily available. But Pinnacle is a sharp book that everybody will be following. 60% of tickets, 73% of cash on Miami. I mean, I think this should be the wake-up call for. I think I should bet the Dolphins as soon as this show's over. But I'd like to hear what you have to say and what the chat has to say. Why don't you take it away, Jose?
I'm also on Miami. Yeah, Tua returns. I think. I don't know, like the first quarter or so, it might be lower scoring, get his shit together, and I think they'll come back at the end of it. Jimmy, my hopes for you and your live betting action is that the Pittsburgh Steelers score early and you can get a better line on the Dolphins. Or it's a low-scoring first quarter and the Dolphins, you can get a little better number on them there because I like the Dolphins. I think Tua will play well. You know, obviously the concussions part was kind of fucked and all that stuff and how they handle it. But I think he can bounce back here, throw those semi-deep bombs to Waddle and Reek. And now that the Dolphins have an actually respectable quarterback back there, not Skylar Thompson and not Teddy touchdowns, I can be confident in betting the Miami Dolphins at home. I think this will be like a 14-point blowout, I should say. 2 touchdowns. Mitch comes back down to earth. And hopefully the Dolphins' offensive line can share some responsibility and keep one quarterback healthy throughout the whole game. Because they've finished and started games with different quarterbacks, like 5 straight games now or something like that. So let's hope they can stay healthy.
The Dolphins averaged 27.6 points a game their first 3 of the year with Tua, 16 in their next 3 without him. I hope this makes our card, and I should bet it. And who cares what happens?
You should go for it.
I think I should bet first half full game, and I think I move on the Dolphins. I think I only had 3 bets in, and that's the lowest I've had all year after the Tuesday show. But this has been illuminating for me today, and I think I move on the Dolphins first half and full game and risk everything. That's what I think.
The only you're risking Ella's college fund. Miami first half full game. I say risk everything. I love it. This is the action. I've got 3 spots tied for 5th on my last spot and for the Cappers contest, and this is one of the 3 spots left. It's tough, and obviously that big X factor is what we're going to get from Tua. What are we going to get from Tua? But I think like everyone kind of thought and said, I think he could have came back last week, but they held him out for those, precautionary reasons. Everyone was watching him with a close eye, and everyone will be watching him with a close eye for this next game. So, like I said, I expect the first half to be lower scoring. Maybe tighter football, get the ball out quickly, don't get Tua hurt. And then that second game, it'll be a relaxed, get in there and do your thing. And by the way, apparently Jeff saying Odell Beckham going to the Vikings.
Wow. All right, let's see it.
Let's see it.
Put it on the board.
Indeed. Noah, a 50-50. 50-50.
Huh.
44 votes.
What am I missing? Huh. That's surprising.
Steelers fans out there.
Wow, I don't see them talking about it.
I saw a lot of Miamis.
Why? Can somebody that's on the Steelers, can they let me know? I mean, is it because you've upgraded their defense so much?
Defense.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm on Miami, so shout out to you guys who are on Pittsburgh.
Please, somebody who's on Pittsburgh, can you tell me what I'm missing here? Maybe. All right, we move on to the Monday Nighter, which you can also live bet alongside myself and the bottle of Kraken. Say what, my man?
It's also Jimmy the Bag because you're all over the place. You're a live betting football merchant.
Yes, and everything was going so well. We were up nice, healthy in the black, and then took a couple shots to the prison pocket, and now all of a sudden, I'm antsy. I want to make it back this evening. Is what I want to do. Chicago Bears at New England Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Showers. I don't know if that's changed. Showers. Let's move on to the line history here first and foremost. And what are we dealing with? We're dealing with. Oh, it says poll complete.
There you go. I had to fix it again. I flipped the numbers. No, we're good.
Okay,
Keep
cool. Patriots -8, the Bears +8, and it's moved to 9 at some books. Wow.
I love getting roasted for just flipping the plus and minus. Keep roasting me. That keeps me accountable, chat. Keep it going. I need it.
This is so strange. So Pinnacle has this at 7.5. Are you telling me that Pinnacle has this at 7.5 and BetChris and Bookmaker moved it to 9? That just doesn't sound right. Some 8, some 8.5. That's wild. This is an 8 here. Let's take a look at the cash flow on this one. We have 79% of the tickets on New England and just 50% of the cash. So big bets are coming in on the Bears. Bears, who average 15.5 points per game, second worst in the league, only above the Broncos, 15.2 points per game.
God.
N'Keal Harry is going to be in the lineup, we expect.
Thank God, the savior.
And, I like Zappy. I want to watch Zappy. I want to cheer for Zappy. But I get why Mac shouldn't lose his spot due to an injury, especially if you draft him, 15th overall, and expect him to be the next guy. And maybe Zappy will push him and make him better. Maybe. Trotwam is the Bears -8. He's laughing. Sorry. I'm barely sleeping. God, this spread is wild. Moving all the way to 9. What's moving it to 9? If the bigger bets have come in on the Bears, this is confusing.
Well, I'll tell you, Jim. I think the Patriots beat the fuck out of the Bears here. I think this is going to be an absolute shit kicking. I don't take many team total unders. I think I'm going to take one with the Bears here. I'll have to look up and see what it is. Hopefully
13.5, right?
I was about to say, hopefully it's a 14.5, but a 13.5. I don't think they get shit. And Bill Belichick gave him the kiss of death this week.
Yeah.
Gave him all that praise. Gave him that real sucking dry tug. I think Bailey Zappi, I said this preseason too, because I got to see him with my own very eyes in Western Kentucky lose to Frank Harris twice. I want to remind everyone of that. Bailey Zappi lost to Frank Harris and UTSA twice his senior year. So I ultimately think he's a really good quarterback. Well, not really good. I think he's good enough. He can throw the ball where they want. He just has to get his footwork in order. And I'm sure Bill Belichick has him in a prison chamber going through dropbacks every day and doing handoffs and shit. They've got a good running back in Ramondre Stevenson. Justin Fields is going to get just the Bill Belichick workover treatment here. Just absolutely sauced and tossed here. So give me the Patriots. They were my last team that I had circled down as my 5th choice here. And truthfully, between Kansas City, Miami, and New England, I'm leaning towards my Patriots. The Patriots. I fucking hate the Patriots. The Patriots. Excuse me. That was dirty.
I've cashed on the Patriots 2 weeks in a row, doubled up on the Patriots and their team total over. Something strange here. And I got to see where this line ends.
Is it because Halloween's coming? It feels like you're getting the scoops, the spooks and stuff. Is that what's happening?
I don't think there's anything wrong with getting the scared off of spots here. Especially, how many times in your life in football, whether it be Canadian, college, or NFL, have you won 3 weeks in a row against a spread on a squad? It's not a common thing.
No, you have to be the Atlanta Falcons to do something like that. By the way, shout out to you for saying Falcons on that video. Can't believe they don't know how to spell it.
Oh yeah, that fucking guy.
I love that shit. I love it.
All right, look, we're 4 minutes in. Let's just see where the vote ended up. I'll just watch and see.
You watch and see, Jimmy, as the New England Patriots have made our card, and boy, oh boy, we have not had this in a while, but all 70% and above on our card this week.
Wow. All right. Well, read them out, but I know you want to take a minute. I'd also like to hear 7th and 6th. I'll say a couple things here. Don't forget about our MyBookie and Bet Online promos and Prize Picks promos. Again, use Pub Sports as your code. For Bet Online, they will match, if it's a new account, they will match it up to $1,000 American on a little match for you. So don't forget that. Don't forget our poker tournament a week from today, $25 buy-in. We'll talk more and more about it as the shows go on, but we really want a nice big group here. And if you guys want if you want $50, $100, $200, let us know, and we will do that. So we're just kind of checking it out here to see if it works. We saw what we got with the free roll. Also, BetOnline's adding 10 tickets. They're $109 tickets for a $250,000 guaranteed to the top 10. So let us know. Joe says, what is the record for 70% picks? You know, Joe, you guys are asking important questions that I should answer. So I'm going to go back and start doing some stats for this show. I think it's important answers. Okay. So are you ready to regale us with the very important information that I will write down at a feverish pace?
Yes, I am. As I wrap this up. Okay, beautiful. So I can confirm, contrary to I should say this. I'm disappointed to announce, but it is going to make a lot of people happy that the Detroit Lions are not on our card.
Oh, good.
Not on our card. They are our 7th place team at 63%. Just missing it. So we'll see if they cash.
So they were 6th?
7th.
7th. Okay, Lions at 60. Lions. And Lions are... Okay, I'll do that stuff. You don't need to tell me that. I got
plus 7. So we've got the Giants next at 6. At 3, I believe it was. 3-point dog, 66%. Those are the two that just missed the cut. So
yes, the Giants are off too.
The Giants are
off. Thank God. Now we have a chance. Okay, so that was at what, 66%?
Yeah, 66%.
Okay. All right, give me the goods, baby.
At 5, your Seattle Seahawks, 5.5 at 70%. 4, the Tennessee Titans, minus 2.5, 70%. 3, the best team in the AFC East, the New York Jets, at plus 1 at 72%. 47 votes, by the way. Not a big deal. Whatever. High number. 2, the New England Patriots, as we can see on the screen right there. The New England Patriots at 73%, minus 8. And number 1, darlings, everyone loves them. Your Kansas City Chiefs, minus 2.5 at 80% for us today.
I like it. I like that the Giants is off. Let's just take another look at where we are against the Sharps. I love that, B-Lab. That's wonderful. It's really helpful. You're a great asset to the fam here. All right, let's take a look. So Seahawks, I mean, it's all the big bets. All 87% tickets, 96%. So you're with it. Titans, 40 and 42. So there's no real sharp money there. I mean, Jets plus 1. 19 and 28. So it does feel like the sharp money sort of is on Denver, but Patriots minus 8. We're against them there. 21% of tickets, 50% cash on the Bears, but market moving to 9, strange. And then the Chiefs, 82 and 78. So one thing that isn't happening on this show though is we're never on the side with the Sharps. We almost were with the Lions. But I mean,
yeah, but then we were like, no, don't pick the Lions.
But just so you guys just go over where the sharp money is, it's on the Jags. I said the lines already. It's on the Ravens. It's on the Commanders. It's on the Texans. And it's on the Dolphins. I'm surprised that was 50-50. All right, well, We need a winning week. We must have a winning week. Our leader of the Cappers contest, Jose Bouquet, what do you think of these 5 picks?
I'm excited. It's going to be fun. But I'll do this, Jimmy. As your leader in the Cappers contest, maybe I'll lead the way here a little bit. Our Cappers contest picks and lines are out right now, I believe. Let's look. They're out right now. And how about I do this, Jimmy? I'll show you guys what I'm on. Bengals. We're taking the Bengals. No problem. I think they're going to cover. Houston. Think they can win outright. Your New York Jets, the Seattle Seahawks, and the New England Patriots. All going to be on my card today. Not going to be changing my picks. They'll all be set in stone. Another 5-0 week coming. You know what? Hold on. Let me just show this again. Look at that name. Say hey, Jose. 5-0, 22 points, number 1. Take that to the bank and come get some.
I like it. I like your card. I think it's a good card. I think that you have every opportunity to win. You know what I'm going to do, Jose? I'm going to eat a sandwich.
Oh, yeah. Don't you have to do something else tonight?
Yes. Right here. My first time hosting a Thursday nighter this year. Let's get the fucking money. That's what I want to do. I want to get that cash here.
Quarterback battle for the ages.
Ron Crawford does not believe in our action.
I don't think he believes in me. I think he's talking about me. Sorry. And Ron, just come get me, Ron. It's lonely up here at the top. Weather's nice. Nice. So we'll see, Ron. Sky Dargan, go 5-0 again. 9-1 last 2 weeks. Do it again, Sky Dargan. Do it again.
No.
Shut my mouth up.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Billy Friedrich. Oh, no. Aiden Hills in net for Vegas.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, fuck.
That guy sucks. Look how he spells his name.
Oh, fuck.
So it's Love Tough Day. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll wrap up the show. Jimmy, why don't you just lay down on the ground and enjoy yourself for an evening. Well, at least for a couple hours before this. Thanks, everyone, for watching the Cappers contest, betting with the bag, say hey plays, all of the Pub Sports Radio programming. Catch Jimmy, not me, catch Jimmy tonight on Thursday Night Football. A little Thursday Night Football. I forget who's playing. The Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. I'm about to call them the Diamondbacks. I knew that. Watch him there live on Thursday night. Friday night, watch myself. I'll be on with Dabby Cab. He had to dig into the reserves and said, hey, Jose, you watch the college football? Let's come watch college football together. And I said, of course. But of course, we'll be talking about game 3 of the NLCS in Philadelphia as well on Friday. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So thanks, everyone, for watching. Let's go 5-0 today. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Just remember that. If you're thinking to yourself, what do I need to do to go 5-0 today? Just watch Say Hey Plays, watch Betting with the Bag, and watch the Thursday Night Football live stream right here on Pub Sports Radio.